What is going on, coaches? Hope you're all doing well. And everyone from YouTube, hope you're doing fantastic and having a great day. If you're watching this video, chances are you are a fitness coach and you're booking calls, but you're either getting ghosted, they're no-showing, or you're having the full call and they are just not buying at the end. They have to think about it. They have to talk to Santa Claus. They have to check their budget. I totally get it. And it's frustrating, right? We really get stuck in our head and we feel defeated when we're putting in the work. And then you're showing up to the call and it's at 6 p.m. and then 6:01, 6:02, 6:03, 6:05, and we know they're not. They're not coming. And you literally plan for this all day, right? You literally say no to social events, family things, because you have this sales call coming up and it's a ghost, right? Or at the end, they're just like, it's just not the right time. And then they just never really follow through, right? Maybe you set up a follow-up call or you're like, yeah, just let me know what you think. And you get this long message later that night being like, I loved everything, but it's just not the right time. We both know how that goes. So I want to help you out. And you might have heard me talk about this before. My client Garrett, right? So basically what we're doing and what I'm going to teach you is setting up a post-booking process. When they book the call, what do you have to do before the call actually starts? You have to do a good amount. Don't just book the call and like pray and hope they just like show up. We have to do certain things in specific order. So I bring up Garrett because he was kind of struggling with no shows and I have to think about it at the end of the calls. We implemented a post-booking process. He got these things in place. He's been closing paid in fulls left and right. Literally the other day had 2 paid in fulls for $1,200 each. He just got another client the day before that for $400 a month. He's crushing it. This helps clients show up and say yes at the end of the call. All right. And so once leads book calls, do this process. It's going to 2x your income. I could tell you that, right? Bold claim, I get it. But if you really do this properly, you will get double the show rate and then also double people saying, yes, let's do this, okay? And if you're not doing this, simple. You're going to get more no-shows and they're just not going to buy. All right, so let's get into it. All right, first of all, a human conversation. When you actually book a call, coaches, this is exactly what I want you to do. Please pay attention because this changed the game for me and all my clients. All right, so once they book a call, you can be like, yeah, I saw you filled out the application. It really stands out that to me that you want to X, Y, and Z, and you kind of just like validate the effort they just put in when it comes to the application. All right. But then what you actually want to do after is have a human conversation, right? So literally like when it comes to having a human convo, this is what you do. You validate what they said, like we talked about, and then just pull up and start a conversation that's outside of fitness. By the way, John, I saw you went to California this past weekend with your family. How was that? And now you're just building a relationship and it subconsciously plants the seed in the prospect that you didn't just have a convo to book a consultation, to book a call. Because then it kind of leaves like a bad taste in their mouth. Maybe not, but it's like, okay, well, they probably reached out because they want to, sell me, right? And maybe I can use it, but still, right? We will actually want to have that friendship. We want to have that type of relationship because friends buy from friends. So after they book in a call, just jump to like a human conversation. Hey, saw you were watching on your story that basketball game. I love that team. I actually went to a game last year. What was the score when you went? Just a couple lines of that. All right, human convo. And then what you're going to do after the human convo right after is send 2 client interviews. Okay, send 2 client interviews. And if you do actually want what to say within those interviews, you can just reach out on Instagram. I'll just basically send you a document for free, right? And I'll just kind of show you exactly what to do when it comes to actually setting up the interviews. What do you ask on the interviews? You can reach out, Danny Cavs4, Danny CAVS4 on Instagram. I'll just send it to you. Pretty simple. But you want to send 2 client interviews and you want to position it, coaches, like this. Send first link to the interview, send the second link to the interview. And then what you want to say is, by the way, John, I want you to watch these 2 interviews right here. They involve clients that were also struggling like yourself with X, Y, and Z, and they were able to get to ABC. Watch it. It will definitely help you get inspired. So we're not just sending it like, hey, watch these interviews. It's like we're giving them a reason to actually watch it. It's going to benefit them for watching it. All right, so we want to send those interviews. And again, if you want the interview questions and really map it out, it should be specific. Can't just ask random questions. You want to get the best answers from them. You could just reach out, Instagram at DannyCavs4, DannyCavs4. I'll just send it over. All right, so that's rule number 2. And then last thing is a VSL 24 hours before the call, right? So right after they book in, human convo, 2 interviews, and then 24 hours before the call, we send the VSL. If you're like, what is a VSL? VSL is a video sales letter. You just make one time and you could send it to your whole niche right before the call. And it basically goes over your story, right? Goes over some social proof that you have, goes over your process, right? And it does a lot of the pre-selling before the call. So on the call, they know, okay, I'm ready to make a decision. But if we're missing all of this, we're going to be stuck. Either no show or they're not going to buy because we didn't have a human combo. It's kind of like transactional. We also didn't send the interviews. The interviews do the selling themselves. They paid for the program. Now they're just selling it to this lead. You don't have to do anything. And then the VSL, cherry on the ice cream, and it's a big cherry. I'll say that. All right. It's very, very important to have a VSL. Now, if you're like, how do I structure this? I literally just posted a VSL training on YouTube. I'm just going to link it in the description of this video. So if you want to build that VSL, which you 100% should, I'm going to make it mandatory. There's a training in the description of this video. It'll walk you through exactly how to build out that VSL. All right. So that's what you definitely should be doing. All right. 24 hours before. And once you really do this, you will see how many more clients actually show up. You will see how many more clients trust you at the end of the call to hand over their credit card, right? That takes trust. And these are the 3 rules that will get you there. Okay. So, and I do want to say, if you do want custom help mapping all of this out to make it specific to you, your business, you want the exact scripts and the words of exactly what to send the lead in the DMs as you're having a human convo, as you're sending the interviews, the one-on-one help looking over your VSL, and just general help with lead generation, sales process, content. There is also, along with the VSL, there is a link in the description of this video. You could book in a call with me. The call is strictly for seeing how I can even help. If you have struggles in what you're doing and you're stuck under $10,000 per month, but you are a hard worker, you're committed, you're coachable, you're cool and friendly. I like to vibe with the people I partner up with. You could book in and see if, I'm a good fit. If not, no worries. I could definitely still, map out some sort of game plan on the call, help you out. And if we are a good fit, it'd be pretty cool to partner up. That would be dope. So just throwing that out there. I hope this all helped. Please, if you're going to do anything, please just implement this. It works. And we'll definitely talk to you soon.